Okay, so imagine you are a boss and you are looking for an employee. Now imagine this employee came in for an interview and they reek of body odor and their hair is greasy and they don't maintain eye contact and they just are really disrespectful all around. Now that seems drastic, but it can actually be compared to table etiquette in multiple ways. Okay, so table manners are, even though they seem insignificant because we hardly ever talk about them compared to how much we talk about like our mental health and our grades and all of that, but really table etiquette does tie into this. Table manners is important because it affects your confidence and it gives a positive image to your company and it practices a good attitude and professional manners. So after I researched a lot of traits that bosses look for in employees, I found 3 common ones on almost every site. And the first one was communication skills. And although you immediately think like this wouldn't have anything to do with your table etiquette, in fact, social times are very significant during meal times. And you actually communicate a lot when you're eating with people more than you think. Now this can happen in an interview, like over a business interview at a meal, but not just interviews. You actually go through business meals like throughout your entire job career, more than you think. And the next one is punctuality. And this ties into table manners because if you get to the meal like later than you're supposed to, that's disrespectful and portrays a bad work ethic and it just makes you look very poor and they won't want to hire you. The third one was organization. Now this obviously applies by the way you set up your plate, and if you are hosting a meal, you don't want to look inferior by not knowing how to set your table and all those things, like where you put your utensils and all of that. So today I will be providing you with information about table etiquette, what it influences, and the benefits that come with it. So, to take it back to the beginning of civilization, table etiquette was something that people seemed to be only known to the elite people. And when they saw someone who knew how to eat properly among other people or had at least the proper utensils to have a nice outing, that meant they were educated and polite and of a higher status. Now throughout history, table etiquette has not disappeared, it's just changed over time. And as we can see here, they still make it a priority to have sit-down meals with their family and make the table and not just go sit around on a couch or whatever. And even though a lot of people may not eat together as a family today, a lot of families do, such as mine, because I have been trained from a young age, proper table manners and how to set my table, and we set it every night for dinner. And yes. So now that I have told you some information about table etiquette, I will tell you what it affects. So obviously I talked about how it affects your job interviews and things of that nature. And they will not want to hire you if you don't have good manners. And like I said, manners already tie into your table etiquette, because with poor manners, you're not going to know how to conduct yourself properly at a meal. And so if you don't know how to sit up straight, or you don't automatically have the instinct to put your napkin in your lap as soon as you get there, they won't be very interested in your work ethic and all of that. So like I said, the easier it'll be to have the natural instinct to have these proper manners will be practicing it at home for a long time, as much as you can. Like I said, I've done this from a young age, so I will not, if I ever do go to a business meeting, I will not think twice about how to sit properly or to look them in the eye when I'm talking to them, or where I put my plate when I'm through with it. But table etiquette does not only apply just to where you put your fork and your knife. This also ties into how you treat the waiters and waitresses and how you speak to the people you are around, and of course, like not smacking with your mouth open and things like that. So now that I have given you some ways it influences you, I will tell you some benefits that come with table etiquette. So I already told you that this affects your confidence, your good attitude, and it affects those around you immensely, whether you know it or not. When people see you and they see that you obviously don't know how to conduct yourself in a formal setting, they will automatically think less of you, just like they would if they saw you and you smelled bad and you had greasy hair. So that is how you can become successful with good table etiquette. Now, some more pointers that go along with this is even if you are at a business meeting and you do need to discuss numbers and things of that nature, it is very inappropriate to have things on the table, even if you need to have them by you. I mean, that's why you have a chair and a floor and shelves and all those things. It's unbecoming. And so today, I know many of you probably don't think about having good table etiquette while you're at home because you're like, well, nobody's strange around, company is around my house right now. But it's just good to practice it even with your family because that way it becomes a good habit and then you can practice this even at the lunch table at school. It honestly matters. So now that I have given you information about table etiquette and how it influences you and how it can help you become a more successful person, I really do encourage you to go home and practice and refine your table etiquette. And if you don't have it, I encourage you to research some things about it and hopefully you can become more professional and succeed in your job career. Thank you.